Hello and welcome to the Philippines. I've got a number of topics and discussions that I want to do in future videos, but today let's talk about the future. Um, this is a video I've taken a month or probably a couple months ago, and I was headed from Cebu City over to Mactan, and I was thinking of walking over. I was over near Maayo Medical Center and over by the new bridge, and I was going to walk across the bridge, and anyway, after I crossed the bridge here, motorbike pulled up, hobble driver, motorcycle taxi, and asked me where I was going, if I needed a ride. And I decided to, since it was a very sunny day, I decided to take the taxi instead. But anyway, let's talk about the future. A lot of our futures are on hold right now because of the present situation, and it really is a good time to think ahead, to plan ahead, to make the adjustments, do the things that we need to do if we can. Now, if you're not working, not getting a paycheck, and or a reduced benefit check, and you're trying to save money for a trip here or anywhere, that can create some problems. On the other hand, it gives you a chance to review your choices and update your plans anyway. In the morning and in the evening, sometimes during the day, I check the news. I read the Philippine news. I read the Cebu news, and I read some international news, American news, as well as international news, and get a feeling for what's going on in the country and in the world. And anyway, there's a lot of people stirring. They're getting antsy. People want to go back to work. They want to get their lives back. And I understand the present situation. There is a point, and it's starting to get there, I think, that people are just going to go out. More and more people are not going to stay in their houses. They're going to get out and they're going to go. And some countries are enforcing things very strictly. Others are more tolerant, lenient. And here I just got on the back of this motorbike and going ahead the way we often do it here. Instead of taking left, in fact, there is no left-hand turn allowed many places, so you have to take a right turn, go up, do a U-turn, and that's what we're going to do. I had planned and almost bought a flight ticket. I had planned to go back to the USA, back to Arizona in the USA, about this time. Go there. My driver's license is up for renewal in a couple of months, and Arizona allows you to update that pretty much any time. So I was going to go there and take care of my license situation and visit family and friends. But anyway, I've pretty much put that on hold. I'm just going to wait this thing out. If it's August, September, October, even Arizona has extended the deadline for driver's licenses and registrations for vehicles, I think 6 months out. So I would have up to about February, I believe, to take care of that if I have to. I have heard some chatter, some stirrings. You hear several different things in the news. You hear people talking about the politicians and the consultants talking about this quarantine. It could last a couple more months or longer. But I think most of the information that I'm getting from people is that they're going to start loosening up the economy. They're going to start letting more businesses open. And every area is going to be a little different. There will be Filipinos love cameras, very friendly. That guy going by there, and I love the Philippines and the Philippine people. And anyway, I've read that some of the airlines are starting to plan to schedule out. Wilcon is like a Home Depot over here, and they've got some big stores and some smaller stores around the country. I've read they were going to plan on open 100 new stores in the Philippines in the next couple of years, I think. Anyway, there is that chatter, and there is planning going on. Businesses and industry and transportation. People are starting to plan and schedule. That could, if this thing would get better and then worse again, those plans could change. Uh, there's been talk about opening up the buses and the taxis and the ferries, passenger ferries, which have been shut down, uh, with fewer passengers. And so we'll see how that goes and how that happens when it happens. But I suspect that in the next month or so, uh, I think they really have to. They really have to make those plans and start opening things up. It is really important to keep things in perspective. Now we're going across the newest bridge here. It's a 4-lane bridge. There's an older bridge that is a 2-lane bridge, and they're building a third bridge in the south, just on the south side of downtown Cebu City. I think it's about 50% finished. We'll open sometime late next year, I believe. May be wrong about that, but anyway, we all hear the numbers every day. How many people infected? How many people recovered? How many people died? And how many people under monitoring? And thing is, here, as well as many places, there is no real mass testing yet. Just the test kits aren't out there. The facilities to do all the testing are not really set up to handle massive amounts of tests. There are a number of tests that have been getting false positives, false negatives. There have been defective tests shipped around the country, around the world. Uh, People have to be trained properly to read the tests. I heard a doctor today I was listening to interview said that if you had a flu shot, particularly back about 1984, you would probably show positive for the present virus. Now, I don't know any other details about that, but this was a doctor of many years making that statement, if I heard it properly. So, a lot of the information, we need to keep it in perspective. Here they're testing where they find cases, they're putting their testing assets in those areas, so they're testing the areas that have the most cases. So likely you're going to find quite a few more people in those areas where they're not broadly testing the general population. And that's one of the plans going forward, is to go into different cities, towns, barangays, and test certain percentages of people to try to get a better view of actually what's going on with the spread. So the numbers are important, but they can be very misleading at the same time. I mentioned Sweden a couple of times in a previous video and got lots of comments one way or the other. One thing Sweden did, for instance, Sweden and Norway right next to each other. Norway has very small nursing homes for the elderly. Sweden has very large nursing homes, and the one doctor, he admitted, he said, we did not do a good job. This came on so fast. We did not do a good job at handling the situation in the nursing homes. A lot of the people that died were in those nursing homes, and because we have large nursing homes, we had a lot of people die in those areas. Turns out that ventilators, which were sought after and absolutely needed by the tens of thousands, now it turns out, I've listened to an interview with one of the top doctors in the Philippines, as well as doctors in America and other parts of the world, and they're saying no, it actually kills more people putting them on the ventilators. There are other ways to deal with it. Anyway, this is the Mactan Channel. Cebu Island across the way, Cebu City, Mandaue City. I'm over here. I'm not sure where I was where I took this video. Up high someplace. And that is the Mactan Channel. 2 bridges that go across there. That's the bridge I just went across. 4-lane. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck with your planning going forward. Stay safe. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.